I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks. If everyone could, I'd like to call the May 5th, 2025 town board meeting to order. Can we get the approval of the prior meeting minutes from April 21st?
I'll make a motion.
Second? I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Correspondence from the clerk?
I have the police chief's report for March. I have the supervisor's report for April. I have a copy of the agreement for the expenditure of highway monies, the Highway 284 agreement, that once approved, everyone has to sign. I have the seeker resolution. Another resolution, number 5, resolution in order for public hearing on the establishment of an ambulance district in the town of Glen Hope. The fireworks display bid opening minutes from May 1st, the budget modifications for May 5th, correspondence from the Metropolitan Transportation Authority regarding notifying the MTA and its operating agencies of seeker actions and transit impact analysis. And that's all I have.
Committee reports. So a couple things I have to start. One is I forwarded that to Scott and Alex from the MTA, so they're
Okay.
aware of it moving forward. Zoning board meets this Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I just want to clarify a couple things because a couple people have called and asked me, and I know there's been discussion on agricultural exemptions. So there's a difference between agricultural exemptions and zoning. So just to clarify, if the person or the company's not using the piece of property for an agricultural purpose as defined in state law, then there is no exception. So for instance, as an example, you could look at one of our beautiful farms and say, I want to live in that farmhouse, and the farm could be farmed for 200 years. If you move in and just live in the house, you'll lose the ag exemption, even though that was a farm for 200 years. If you sell the property or into pieces, all the pieces get taxed as normal. So there's a distinction between an ag exemption, which you have to apply for, and zoning. Two different things. You can have an ag exemption in any of our zones. You can have a commercial one. Family Dollar could, if they had enough property, could lease a piece of their property to a farmer who wants to hay the field, and they would get an exemption on that portion of the property, the field portion. Okay? The other question that I was asked about, and I'm not sure where this comes from, but the town board gave our assessor a 6-year contract. That actually is false. We did not give the town assessor a contract. Under New York state law, assessors are appointed to 6-year terms. This year was the year that every town in the state had to appoint an assessor for 6 years, and that's so it transcends politics. So we reappointed our assessor for the 6-year term, which is required by New York state law. So he was not given a contract. He does not have a contract. He has just got an appointment, which is required under New York state law. If anyone has any questions that they would like clarification on, they can see the assessor or me, or any of the board members, and we can try to clarify it. I hope that resolves some of the outstanding questions that are out there. So that's it. So we'll start with Jim on my left.
Just if anybody has anything you need posted on the board in the front, just let me know. I'll get it on the board as soon as possible. That's it.
Great. Chris?
I have a few things. Howell's Fire Company has a vote, it's going on Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if you live in the Howell's Fire District and you're a registered voter, you're able to vote. They're looking to put in a new fire station, which is really needed. So if you are in there and you want to vote, you will vote at 26 Elm Street in Howell's, and that's again for their new fire station. Menacing Valley Football has changed their Facebook page, so now it's Menacing Valley Football League and Cheer. Also, flag football signups are until May 9th. Their season starts from May 31st to June 28th, so you got a little bit of time if you still want to get somebody in. One thing I wanted to bring to the board was about lights for our parking lot. up at the park. It's very dark there, and to me, it's just inviting issues. So I wanted to know what the board wanted to do, or if they want to entertain it, or whether we would go to the engineer and have him figure out where would be the best spots to put some. I went over to Greenville and I went to Wayanda, and actually I was in Goshen, and they, especially at the entrances, they'll have like 3 or 4 lights there going in the driveways. Wayanda actually hasn't gone all the way through, but I don't think that we need that. But there has been some issues in the past, and there was an issue last week. So everybody food for thought to think about and where we can go with that.
I have my monthly meeting with the engineer tomorrow. I could
Okay.
ask him some rough numbers and some rough ideas what it would cost to, if that's what the board would like me to do.
That was also one of the suggestions from the Parks Committee, for us to look at.
I can bring it up to Jason tomorrow when we have our meeting and see if we
Just a
can.
thought, maybe we can try to get some cameras up there as well.
At some point, we're gonna have to.
'Cause
That's a
some
whole
more,
larger process, we're gonna have to internet put in and everything else, so I think maybe.
And I think as part of the splash pad
Yes,
project,
we'll
there'll be
able to do
lighting
that.
added at that time, so this might just be better to wait till then. But I'll talk to Jason tomorrow and we'll go forward with that.
Okay.
All right, great.
The last thing is I went to, I think I have one more thing. The State of the County meeting, with the mayor, Brian Carey, and, for all the negative that goes on in our state, there was a lot of positive stuff that is going on in this county. And, that's all thankful to people like Steve Newhouse and his team. A lot of stuff going on with film. I know I worked in Middletown a couple weeks ago, and there was all kinds of filming going on downtown, so. With some, Jimmy Fallon was in town, there was a couple other people. But, I just wanted to bring that up, and if you haven't seen it, you can go on YouTube, and they have it on YouTube, through the Orange County government. Paul addressed the ZBA, so that will be taped as well, on video, so I'll put that online right after the meeting. As soon as it uploads, so it'll probably be the next day, but that will be the first one, actually, I believe, that the zoning board has done.
Yep, so that'd be awesome. Cool.
And that's all I have.
Terry?
I also did have a question I wanted to clarify that was asked of me about the ZBA meeting. It was a direct application to the ZBA, they were not referred by the planning board, I know some people had some questions on that. And there also seems to be some confusion as to what the ZBA actually does. They are only reviewing, at this point, 2 variances, which is for a rear and a side setback. They are not approving the project, I know there's been some concern about that. It would always have to go back to the planning board, so that's how it works. They're looking at 2 entirely different things there. And then this weekend on Sunday, Otisville Fire Department is having a Mother's Day pancake breakfast from 8 to 12. On Friday, Beauty Works Salon, which is located in the Grange building, so it's Friday, May 9th, is having a grand opening and ribbon cutting at 5:30. And I think that's all I have.
Okay, thanks.
I was gonna report on the vote as a resident in the House Fire District, that's already been spoken of.
Perfect.
And just to jump in, for the splash pad, there really is no update currently, there
Okay.
hasn't been much going on with it since the water test.
Gotcha.
So,
All right, thanks. I had one thing that I forgot, so 6 PM Friday, this Friday is the Beauty Works Salon's grand opening and ribbon cutting at the Grange, so, oh, it's 5:30, okay, thank you. So that's at 5:30, so if anyone would like to be there, we'll do that ribbon cutting. All right, highway report, Andrew.
Good evening, everyone. Not a whole lot going on, just trying to keep everything not flooded for the last day or so and trees out of the road. But just looking for the board approval to go to highway school, 1st or 4th of June. That's at Ithaca College, in Ithaca, New York. And for the hotel and food and class fees, it shouldn't exceed $1,000. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you.
You guys wanna make a motion to approve the highway superintendent to attend the school at a cost not to exceed $1,000?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. You're all set, thank you. Mike?
Evening. Before I get started, congratulations, Supervisor, on your son's think today.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
For those that know his
Good
son.
excitement,
What
yeah.
you wanna say? Okay.
My son was selected as the valedictorian, so, yeah, for Minnesota Valley this year, so thank you for bringing it
Yeah,
up.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Nothing too much going on, just we have full-time candidate, we're wrapping up her, background investigation at the end of this week, so hopefully by next week, if two of you are available for interview, we can get that going, I can touch base with you.
This week or
tomorrow.
next, like, what do you mean, like this week
Sorry.
coming up or the following?
No, not this week, next, the following.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
afterwards, we'll get it worked. Yep, sounds good.
I think that's all I got, so unless there's any, questions or concerns.
So recreation report. So before Kathleen talks, one of the things that myself, her, and Marie were talking about is, can we do a pre-authorization to spend up to $500 for her supplies for events? Because we're advertising events, but we're not sure if the board's gonna, after the fact. So I'd like to make a motion that we authorize pre-spending up to $500 for arts and crafts supplies for the recreation department.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright.
Opposed? So carried. All right, Kathleen, now you're up.
Hi, okay. Just a lot of events coming up. This Saturday, we're doing a Mother's Day craft at 11 o'clock at the youth center. We're painting flower pots and getting flowers from the greenhouse retirement nieces. That's free for community members. We have a plant swap and book giveaway coming up. A lot of stuff for teens. We're doing a reset and recharge night right in the middle of like finals. Like a pizza party and stuff. Phoenix is working with us for pizza. First aid and CPR training. We have DWI coming in to do a presentation for teenagers. Also a mental health and social media presentation for teenagers. I have the veterans coming in to do a benefits explanation presentation. We have the playgroup going every Tuesday. We're gonna do a Father's Day craft, a book club starting June 9th, and then we got the summer club and the bookmobile, planning a ribbon cutting for that, Lego club, and all sorts of fun stuff also. I'm waiting for my aide.
We'll discuss that tonight. Anyone have any questions?
We've been busy.
Yeah, perfect. Anyone?
I just wanna say thank you for all you're doing, so, it's exciting to see something new and different, and, hopefully all these things, so thanks for taking it by the horn.
Thank you. Village of Otisville, Ryan.
I have nothing.
Wow. What the heck? Nothing going on in
Somebody check
Village?
his yellow fever.
Mike, put that on.
Don't be shocked, I'm sorry.
Alright.
See a pig flying.
Old business, so Hidden Valley Sewer, first up, so we're meeting, the group is meeting next Monday we have the engineer coming, and we also have, someone from H2O coming, so we'll talk about some things. I was actually thinking we're gonna do a meeting there, so that we can see what's going on there. It'll be light at 7 o'clock, so, that is open to the public if anyone's interested in going to the sewer plant. We'll be there next Monday at 7 o'clock for our committee meeting. Bicentennial update, Carrie.
We did get approval last week to go ahead with ordering the giveaway items. We went with the ornaments and the coins, so we have that in process. And then we're still working on vendors, and our next meeting is May 20th at 7 o'clock here at Town Hall.
Okay. New business, supervisor report, need a motion to accept the supervisor's report for April.
She went already.
Oh, yeah, Amanda jumped,
She combined
Yeah.
it.
she combined it with her board member report, I'm sorry.
Just didn't
We wouldn't forget
So,
her. Supervisor's report, need a motion to accept it.
Make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Need a motion to accept the 2025 Highway Department 284 agreement between the town board and the highway superintendent?
I'll make the motion.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I have been passing around, we have to sign that original, so if you have it, and give it to Kathleen, send it around. Yep, no problem. So I'm gonna jump over you, because Marie's not here yet, and she's gotta turn that on. So, Kathleen or Heidi, can you read D, the seeker resolution?
can't just say see attached to minutes.
That's okay with Scott, I'm fine with it.
whereas Article 8, State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, of the Environmental Conservation Law and NYCRR Part 617.3A require that no agency shall carry out, fund, or approve an action until it has complied with the requirements of SECRA, and whereas the Town of Mount Hope Town Board has directed its consultants to prepare Part 1 of the Short Environmental Assessment Form, EAF, and whereas pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 617 of the Town of Mount Hope Town Board declared its intent to serve as lead agency to conduct an environmental review of the establishment of an ambulance district in the Town of Mount Hope and exercise due diligence in identifying all other interested and involved agencies and circulating written notice of its intent. And whereas pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 617, the Town of Mount Hope Town Board made a preliminary classification of the action as an unlisted action on September 3rd, 2024. And whereas pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 617, the Town of Mount Hope Town Board assumed lead agency 30 days after the declaration of its intent to serve as lead agency to conduct an environmental review of the project. And whereas the Town of Mount Hope Town Board has independently considered the information provided in the EAF and the recommendations of the interested and involved agencies and comments by members of the public in its environmental review. And whereas the Town of Mount Hope Town Board has directed its consultants to prepare Parts 2 and 3 of the EAF for consideration at its November 4th, 2024 meeting, and now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Mount Hope Town Board hereby determines that based upon its review of the EAF and comments and recommendations of other interested and involved agencies and the public, and comparison of the project with the criteria for determining significance found at 6 NYCRR Part 617.7 subsection C, the Town of Mount Hope Town Board hereby finds that the establishment of an ambulance district in the Town of Mount Hope constitutes an action which will not have a significant impact on the environment and therefore does not require preparation of a draft environmental impact statement, and be it further resolved that this determination of significance shall be considered a negative declaration made pursuant to Article 8 of the Environmental Conservation Law, and the Town of Mount Hope Town Board hereby adopts and incorporates the findings set forth in Parts 2 and 3 of the EAF dated May 5th, 2025, as if fully set forth and resolved therein, herein.
We need a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Resolution for the establishment of an ambulance district in the Town of Mount Hope. Kathleen, you wanna read that one? Or do you wanna pass it on to somebody else to read?
Whereas Town Board of the Town of Mount Hope, hereinafter the Town Board, is considering the formation of the Town of Mount Hope Ambulance District, hereinafter the district, pursuant to Article 12A of the New York Town Law, for the purpose of providing emergency medical and ambulance services within the Town of Mount Hope. And whereas the purpose of establishing the district is to ensure the health and safety of those in the Town of Mount Hope who may find themselves in need of emergency medical care. This is a crucial and life-saving endeavor which will benefit the residents of the town in the event that emergency medical services are required. And whereas the Town Board duly adopted a resolution dated November 4th, 2024, authorizing the preparation of a map, plan, and report for the establishment of the proposed district and for the appropriation of funds for the preparation of said map, plan, and report. And whereas a map, plan, and report for the proposed district was prepared by Pittengarrow and Dutch Consulting Engineers PC on March 3rd, 2025. Whereas the map, plan, and report has been filed in the town clerk's office and made available for public inspection. And whereas the establishment of the proposed district has been determined to be an unlisted action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, hereinafter SECRA, and a SECRA short environmental assessment form has been prepared for the proposed district. And whereas pursuant to the map, plan, and report, the boundaries of the proposed district shall encompass the entire geographical area of the Town of Mount Hope, including the village of Otisville located within the Town of Mount Hope. And whereas the maximum amount to to be expended for the proposed district during the first year is estimated to be $150,000. It being the intention that the entire cost of the improvement is to be paid by an ad valorem basis by those properties located within the proposed district, and therefore the cost to typical property owners within the proposed district shall be at a tax rate of 37 cents per 1,000 of assessed value of the subject property, resulting in an average cost of $50.85, $137,429 average assessed value to the taxpayer. Now therefore be it resolved as follows. 1. The boundaries of the proposed district shall encompass the entire geographical area of the town of Mount Hope, including the village of Otisville, located within the town of Mount Hope. A map of the proposed district is attached to the map plan and report. The map plan and report is available for public inspection and viewing in the town clerk's office, located at 1706 Route 211 West Otisville, New York 10963, from the hours of 8 a.m. through 4 p.m. and on the town's website located at townmounthope.org. 3. The services to be provided with respect to the proposed district shall include basic life support, transport, and treatment, and arranging for or providing advanced life support treatment. 4. For the first year of operation of the proposed district, the maximum cost to be expended is estimated to be $150,000. It being the intention that the entire cost of the improvements related to the proposed district is to be paid by an ad valorem basis by those properties located within the proposed district. No capital improvement costs are anticipated for the proposed district, and accordingly, there will be no debt service costs related to the proposed district. 5. The estimated cost to the typical property located within the proposed district for the first year of operation is $50.85. This figure is based upon $137,429 average assessed valuation of a typical single-family dwelling in the proposed district, resulting in a tax rate of 37 cents per thousand of assessed value of the subject property. 6. A detailed explanation of the computation of the cost of the proposed district is included in the map plan and report on file in the town clerk's office. 7. The town board shall meet and hold a public hearing on June 2nd, 2025, at 7 p.m. at the town hall located at 1706 Route 211 West Otisville, New York 10963, to consider said map plan and report, to hear all the persons interested in the proposed district, and to take such other or further action as may be required or authorized by law. 8. The town board hereby authorizes and directs the town clerk to publish and post this resolution and order not less than 10 days nor more than 20 days before the public hearing date as required by town law 209-D. Said publication shall be made in the official newspaper of the town of Mount Hope. Posting of this resolution and order shall include posting on the town of Mount Hope website located at townofmounthope.org. The question of the adoption of the foregoing resolution was duly put to a roll call vote, which resulted as follows, and we just have to give a roll call vote.
So we need a motion,
I'll make the motion.
second?
I'll second.
We have to do a roll call vote, so we'll start. Jim?
Yay.
Yes.
Yes. Paul, yes. Carrie?
Yes.
Amanda?
Okay,
Thank you, Kathy.
that's it? Sure.
Good job. That was a long one.
I think I need water.
All right, so bid for the fireworks display, so we got the bid, document, we had the minutes, and I think speaking with Carrie, we wanted to put off accepting it for 2 weeks so we could continue to review it and make sure it's acceptable. Is that okay with everyone? So we'll table that item. Budget modifications, Kathleen?
This is short. Increase AA 4089, other general government aids and grants, $3,731.86. Decrease AA 1110-200, municipal court equipment, for $1,416.87. Decrease AA 1110-400, municipal court contractual expense, $2,314.99.
Need a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Need a motion to authorize paying bills abstract 17 and 18.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. All right, we're gonna go back now to the presentation from the New Jersey Trails Conference. They're looking for a resolution in support of a trail.
Can I distribute a couple of things
Yeah,
to the
sure.
board? Try to assemble them. That's one.
And if you could just give one to Kathleen as well, the town clerk, or do you need one? She can have
I
mine.
have, I scanned one for myself actually, so yeah. I'll
Okay.
do both of these as well.
Perfect, thank you.
So good evening, everybody. Some of you might recognize me. I was here in August of last year to propose a trail project, and I'm back with another one. This time, what we're proposing is a small trail realignment of the Long Path and Shawangunk Ridge Trail on property that my organization owns, adjacent to the old Erie rail bed. This new trail project would provide a big improvement to the current experience for hikers on this area, and we'd also like to explore the opportunity to maybe set up some primitive tent sites as well for people who come hiking through. As I said, the Trail Conference owns property either side of the rail bed, and it's always been our vision to develop property with a primitive footpath, a hiking trail, and eventually open it to the public, and long-term transfer it over to the state, county, or town, whoever will be willing to manage it long-term. So that's really it. The map here that you can see shows the project area. Here's the town of, the village of Otisville over here, and either side of the project area are Gobbler's Knob State Forest and Graham Mountain State Forest. So, yeah, the trail already exists there, but adding this little local itinerary would be, in our opinion, a huge improvement for the hikers coming through on the long
So you're
run.
applying for a grant.
I should have led with that, you're right, yes. So my organization is applying for a grant to do this work. The volunteers will build the trail, but we apply for grants to access the materials to be able to do so. And a condition of the grant we're applying to from New York State is that the town pass a resolution endorsing the project. And this is the same situation I was in last year, and so I've come again to ask for the board's approval of the project.
Anyone
I'm
have
happy to take
questions?
any questions if you have any.
Do you have anything?
Can I just have your name for the record, please?
My name is Zachary Cole, Z-A-C-H-A-R-Y, Cole, C-O-L-E.
Thank you.
And your organization, for the record, I know who you are, but
I work for the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference. And I'm the I got the longest title. I'm the Long Distance Trails Program Coordinator. So I oversee volunteer projects up and down the long path. I'm thrilled to be paying so much attention to Orange County and Mount Hope at the moment. It's really an exciting area for us to make improvements to the trail that will benefit, I think, the local community as well as the big vision we have for this premier hiking experience in New York State.
And the primitive sites are just, it's just clear and there's no.
Essentially, yeah, we would
Yeah.
just level out a couple of areas that we would scout out and essentially just designate those spots, because what we do not want is for people to spread out and camp everywhere. Currently there's a fair amount of ATV traffic who are kind of trashing some of the areas close to the rail bed, so we try to remove the sites from that proximity and just make sure that we could make those sites as sustainable as possible and concentrate the camping in one location. So it'll probably be in, you can see here, this is one of the sites that I think we like. It's in proximity to a beautiful creek, so without getting too close to the water, we try and be in that zone so that people camping would have access to that water, obviously filtering it and doing all that sort of stuff.
any questions from anybody? So we would need a motion to support their grant application
Exactly.
to the state of New York. Does anyone want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion.
Does anyone want to second it?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. You're all set. So
Fantastic.
Kathleen will be able to, once she certifies it, we'll get you a copy of it for your grant.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Public participation. If anyone from the public would like to step up, 3 minutes. Chris will keep track. Just say your name for the record for Kathleen.
Mary Beth Rizeppa, Otisville. In addition to the lot of calendar sales that I still have till the end of June, the Pocatello Ladies Auxiliary is holding a raffle for a 65-inch color TV, 4K smart TV. They're $10 a piece, the raffle goes off in September. I have some tickets, I can get more. See me, I've got 10 right now, but it's a 65-inch TV. Second prize is a $50 gas card. Well, I'll have them at meetings, I'll have them in the village, I'll have them around town. A lot of people know how to get in touch with me. If you see me at Mix or Pizza Mania or anyplace else, approach me and say you're interested. I have no problem selling anything anywhere.
Okay. Great, thank you. Come on up.
Phil Adamson, 6 Sanatorium Avenue, Otisville, New York. And I want to publicly thank Andrew Pingati and his Highway Department employees, specifically Troy Geis, Brandon Howell, Robert Walters, Frankie Jazombowski for putting up the banners. It went flawlessly, we had a good time, and no problems. And without them, we couldn't do it. Thank you.
They look great.
Hey Phil, can I ask you a question while you're here? And I know you're probably gonna tell me this isn't you anymore.
1 minute.
Okay. Are you planning a Memorial Day service at VFW?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, Memorial Day.
Okay.
Yep.
thank you.
All right, anyone else? Come on up, Diane.
Just two very quick things. I had sent out an email to those of you on the Community Advisory Board that we had a tentative meeting set for Wednesday the 14th at the FCI. It's looking like that is going to happen, so you'll be getting confirmation from me on that. So that's, if anyone has anything that they would like brought up to either the state or the federal correctional administrators, you can let Paul know, Marie, Jim, myself, and we'll be sure to pass that on. And the only other thing is to let you all know, Mount Hope Seniors have our only weekend trip, weekend day trip, this Saturday, the 10th. So we will have cars parked here on Saturday. Make sure, Mike, that the police know, don't think that the place is being invaded or something by those white-haired people. And that's all I have for today.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Member of the public? All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say something. Heidi and I were invited to the Hometown Helper Volunteer Luncheon on the 19th, so is it okay if we go?
May 19th?
Yeah. No, I mean, we get invited every year, and typically it's not a big.
I should have mentioned that, and I'm glad Kathleen brought it up, because I almost forgot it at the village as well. As everyone knows, I think at this point, the clerks at the village and the town are our answering machines. And that's one of the big reasons I think our program, Hometown Helpers, has such success, is that when our neighbors are calling in, they get to talk to a very concerned and caring human being. So certainly we invite them each year to our Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon. It does require shutting down the office early that day, and that's why we need to bring it up to you at a meeting. So please take that under consideration.
So, we have to do a motion to close the office, so what would it be, like 12 noon?
Yeah, I think you like go 15 minutes before, and when it's over, we come
So what
back and
time do you
open
wanna
up.
do it?
1:45 to,
11:45 to 2?
what time does it start, or end? Probably 2, right?
Yeah, I'd say, because by the time we actually get served
Yeah.
and all, it's gonna be between 12:30 and 1 probably,
Okay, so
so.
yeah, I think.
Alright, so we need a
that's-
motion to close the town clerk's office on May 19th, 2025, from 11:45 to 2?
Let's say 2:30.
2:30, is that fine? Whatever, I'm fine with whatever. 2:30.
Yeah.
Alright, need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
So carried. And I did speak to our insurance agent, so I have to follow up. He was getting some information on that hometown
Thank
helpers
you.
issue, so I didn't forget you. Next, we need a motion to go in executive session to discuss 2 items. We're actually gonna do B first, which is a personnel issue regarding the recreation aid, and then the second one will be a police personnel matter. So we need a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Need a second?
Who was the second?
Jim, all in favor? Opposed? So carried. We'll be back. Hey, Marie. Hey, Marie. Can you make the battery, in front of Terry? Yeah, come on.
Take that one? Yeah, sure.
And then, yeah,
I'll say it before
No, I don't think so.
Looking at what we did first, though.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
I'm saying like
It's gonna be done too.
I'm loving
All right.
I know.
But once they get all the paperwork in place,
Okay, you guys.
really?
Parking lot, I'm hoping.
It's supposedly, again,
But
the word says I took them, not gonna be anywhere near as big because they have an event that we can afford down the deer park. And then another event we're gonna start doing.
We didn't know if it was another door.
So the one we start doing, let's make that school down in Deer
If
Park.
I can see in and
Down
see
Deer Park in
my
Middletown, we
desk,
start using Middletown School.
That doesn't sound familiar.
you can look in and see all the junk in my desk.
Everyone
You don't-
wanna go
They
to
have one
it.
of the events there. He said,
But my camera captures 13.
Well, back to work.
So,
I've heard that.
they were in that school.
They think they-
For the rental for it.
He'll need it.
So they, long story short, that's what they're planning on doing. So when I know more, I'll come to you.
So,
Okay.
sorry, back to the issue.
He drove
So,
himself to the car.
okay,
Good, that's a big step.
He's not gonna go on the highway yet. Take it back.
The cab. No, going to court.
Oh, you just signed up? Okay.
Well, it sounds like he understands, so.
I told her you'd be away.
Yeah, you guys don't have to answer, because you already did.
Okay.
Unless you said you something.
Formally say he would.
That's the hard part about two bedroom.
Well, I saw him on Kelly Hill Road.
Yeah, really?
They didn't come to the house.
You guys remember that
Door.
meeting?
Still, it's.
What?
That was me.
Who it is or anything
A couple
else?
years ago.
No, this was about that Chester Highway Street.
Oh, man, that was really.
Well, yeah.
No, it wasn't chicken,
So it shows us him coming to the door.
Lucky the people were nice.
Yeah, I think it's just,
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you this, you know, my friend from Monroe called me, and he goes, can you do me a favor, never let him drive your plastic car.
We traced the Dasher steps to get this video.
Yeah, I've never flipped a car in my life, Yeah. Well, maybe that's what he was trying to do. I don't know the people whose front yard he landed on, but to hear metal crunching like that, man, Well, listen, I'm glad he couldn't comprehend yesterday when that's what he did. He couldn't comprehend yesterday that he, didn't get out. He got out the passenger side window. I said, no, you didn't, the driver's side window. He goes, no, I didn't. I said, when your car's flipped upside down, the driver's side window becomes, I'm sorry, the driver's side window now looks like it's on the passenger side.
So it just sort of said, hey, there's a big egg in front of you?
But that's the driver's side. The problem that he did is when he slid into the spot.
Oh, right.
Crushed the windshield and it sunk in the mud.
probably, like I said, it's probably more.
Couldn't get the door.
Yeah, there always
So
is
he
though,
wound
isn't
up,
there?
yeah, I mean, this was the saddest part for me when they did this.
Did a full year and said.
Don't. Just got done putting a $3,000 interior in it.
Now I'm planning to go for 3 years.
Yeah, it wouldn't be decided.
She
Cut it back.
went
I asked them.
I don't know how to do it, but she's
I got let the insurance go. Yeah, no,
she's seeing like, hey.
yeah, I'm just.
I gotta have some time.
Yeah, outside.
That's what happened with my
So she's like, oh yeah.
Listen, let's see what Geico tells us. The last one was only 4 months ago. So.
Oh, geez. You could go one round and say 10 years of piano, and if you have a degree already.
It's horrible, horrible in the, thank you.
So you enjoyed us watching, you enjoyed watching us walk the other day?
Yeah, I go for my walks too.
New York State.
Get my steps in.
Yeah. We do, we walk it about a mile.
How many laps?
45, we walk like 45 minutes.
Oh, just 45 continuously?
Yeah.
You don't mix it up at all? Just come there and just go there?
We do there because it's a good meeting spot. People coming from different areas, that's a good meeting
What about
spot.
veterans? It's nice for veterans, trees
Well,
and
the thing is, right now, we can use the youth center to walk.
yeah, on nice days though.